Hey everybody, Shane here, Shoebox Legends. Thanks for tuning in for a quick episode today. I'm actually on the road, filming this before I take off. Don't have a ton of time, but I figured we would take a peek at half a dozen new graded cards that I've picked up for my collection. All but one of these is a recent-ish pickup, last 2 or 3 months. And none of these 6 cards have ever been shown here on the channel before. So we're going to start with baseball, get into some randomness, and then go back to baseball to close it out. And the first baseball card is one that I'm really pumped about and an example of patience paying off. Patience is one of the most difficult traits to actually exercise in our hobby, at least for me. I know many of you can relate, but there's always something else out there that we want or some great deal that's available. And it's really hard to withhold purchasing sometimes. But in the long run, while it can bite you with rarer cards, it can really pay off in other instances. And that happened here. So this is a 2018 Topps On Demand 3D Rafael Devers rookie card or rookie year card, whatever you want to call it. This is an online release that ran from 2018 through 2022, 5-year run. I've talked about it a few times recently. Love these cards. They take me right back to being a kid, collecting like the Kellogg's lenticular cards or even Sport Flicks or some of the stuff that Pinnacle did in the mid-90s. So I'm a sucker for 3D cardboard. And Devers, I live in New England. The Red Sox are my team that I root for. He's the face of the franchise after signing a long-term deal a couple of years back. And I've enjoyed collecting his cards on and off really since he debuted. He's a really consistent player that kind of flies under the radar. And so this card is a perfect match because of my love of 3D, my love of collecting Devers. And it's been on my radar since 2018. But I was able to get it. He had some injury issues this year. Missed maybe a couple dozen games, something like that, or 15 games, 20 games, something like that. Still put up 28 home runs, hit above 270 like he typically does. But he, like a lot of guys, his market appears to be a little bit down right now. I hate using that terminology, but his card prices seem cheap right now compared to where they've been over the last few years. As somebody who searches for him and keeps an eye on his cardboard, and so finally made the decision to snatch up the 2018 On Demand 3D. Really happy to add that to my Devers collection. And what's cool about this is a good segue into the next card. This is the only card that features his rookie year image from Topps in a horizontal card layout, as far as I know. So whereas the regular Topps and Topps Chrome, all the other 2018 Devers rookies, and here's our second card for today on cue, they use the same photo, as you can see here, but in a vertical format. So this is his 2018 Topps Chrome, just the basic refractor, not numbered or anything, but a beautiful looking card, his rookie card. And as you can see, or maybe a little bit tough to tell, the 3D doesn't come across as well on YouTube as it does in hand. But in case you can't tell, this is the exact same photograph, only on the 3D release, they gave it a horizontal orientation so you can see really the full bat kind of extending beyond Devers in the backswing there, whereas that's cut off on the vertical image. So this one I've actually had the refractor for years now, but never really found an excuse to break it out or show it off here on the channel. And having recently acquired the 3D rookie, figured it would be cool to pair those up, show them off together, and finally let the refractor see the light of day as well. So a couple of great cards there of a player that I enjoy collecting. And yeah, he just finished his age 27 season, and he is sitting on exactly 200 career home runs. So although he's missed a little bit of time here and there, he's really just entered what should be his prime next few years for power hitting. And he's already 40% of the way to the 500 home run plateau. So we'll see. You never know what the future holds, but I enjoy cheering for him and watching him play, even in person, a couple times a year. And really happy to have put that 3D rookie to rest. Next up, we're going to stray away from baseball for the next pair of cards. These really go together, and they're from a YouTube friend of mine, Jason, who runs the channel Contrarian Cards. And I've shouted him out many times. And as I always say when I talk about Jason, I love the variety and diversity in his collection. So he has cards that are right in line with what I collect. Some vintage baseball, modern Mookie Betts and Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani. We have overlap there for sure. But then he gets into a lot of other areas that I don't collect. And it's not that I don't enjoy them. It's just I only have so much time and money and effort that I can put into the hobby. And I just, can only spread yourself so thin. But in watching Jason's channel, I get exposed to a lot of cool stuff that I wouldn't otherwise see alongside the cards that I would otherwise see. And I really, really enjoy that about his channel. And the reason I mention it, he brought up recently in a grading reveal a pair of cards, new cards from 2024 that I had no idea existed, but that I really fell in love with. And long story short, ended up pinging him. We talked, offline, and he gave me a great price on the pair of these in matching PSA 9 holders. He submitted these himself. So these are Magic the Gathering cards. Now, I have no clue what's going on here, okay? I tried to play Magic with a buddy back in the day when I was a kid for about 5 minutes. I don't know anything about it. Prior to this, I didn't own a single Magic the Gathering card. Now in my adult collection, I have no clue what set this is from or what the insertion ratios were or anything. I just love the subject matter of these cards. So these are historical figures done up on Magic the Gathering TCG cards. And then they're a beautiful foil version here that Jason has picked out and submitted and that I ended up purchasing from him. And that really spoke to me. If these lacked the foil shine, I don't think I would find them nearly as cool as I do. So first of the two is Cleopatra, the exiled pharaoh. And I mean, it's a little bit bright in here, so I don't know how well the shine is coming across on video, but in hand, these look incredible. The foil work around the border of the card, and then even in the image itself, kind of a little bit more of a subtle shine, but with some highlight elements. Like, look at her jewelry here on her arm. Just unbelievable. These look gorgeous. And these are not expensive cards. I have a feeling Jason is probably one of the first people to even sub these. And he gave me a really great price on these. He got back some 10s as well, and I'm sure was happy to offload his 9s. And I was happy to acquire them at a discount. And so these were, really not much or any more than kind of cost of submission. So I really appreciate that, Jason. And these are unique and cool pieces in my collection that will definitely remind me of you and your channel every time I run across them. But the Cleopatra was really a throw-in. So what happened is I expressed interest in this next card, and Jason basically gave me the Cleopatra and this next card for what he was asking for, just this card. And that one is the Leonardo da Vinci. Check this out. And Jason talked about this when he revealed these on his own channel, which I would highly recommend you check that video out, that grading reveal. Not trying to steal his thunder at all, but I do feel the same way. What attracted me to this is the fact that he is actually painting the Mona Lisa in this image, this rainbow foil image. And I just think that is so cool. So we have an in progress, obviously not yet finished Mona Lisa, and just one of the great personalities and most important people from across our history. I don't really have any old school, like pre-war Da Vinci cards or anything. I have numerous friends that have gone down that road with musicians and artists, and I love that idea. Could totally see myself doing that at some point down the line if it's not cost prohibitive. But so for me, this is, I believe, my first Leonardo da Vinci card and only Leonardo da Vinci card. And again, it's just a reminder that the hobby is supposed to be fun, at least in portion. It's not all about card values and investing and making sure that you're making smart buys. Sometimes you just want to buy something because you think it looks nice. It doesn't cost a lot of money. It makes you smile, and it's something that you enjoy having in your collection. So did I ever think that in 2024 I would acquire 2 Magic the Gathering cards? Absolutely not, but I love them, and they didn't break the bank. They came from a good hobby friend. I was able to support his eBay store and his ventures in the hobby and add 2 really unique pieces to my collection. So, I mean, it doesn't get much better than that if you ask me. And I have one hockey card here, and then I promise you we're going to jump back to baseball to end it. I'll keep this one brief, but I did get a couple of comments recently asking if I still collect hockey cards or what I've been buying. And while it's true that I've primarily been focusing on baseball and trying to stay a little bit more regimented, I'm always on the lookout for hockey cards. I've just become a lot more selective what I'm picking up. But recently, a graded copy of a card surfaced that I had been after for a long time from the 2013 Panini Prism immortalized insert set. This is a 20 card insert set that pays tribute to Stanley Cup champions from across the years. And this one here, Sidney Crosby, is arguably the most desirable of the 20 cards on the checklist. I mean, they're all big names, Hall of Famers, superstar type players, so you could really make an argument for some others as well. But this is a exceedingly difficult card, especially because I wanted it in Prism or Silver, which is basically refractor. And the way that you tell that, aside from the obvious amazing shine and refractor quality here on the card itself, and the fact that it says Prism on the flip, if you were hunting for these in the wild or looking on eBay and you suspect it might be the refractor or the silver, but you don't know, just take a look at the card back and it will say Prism under the card number if it is the silver refractor. So the standard version of this, which is still cool, still die cut just like this, but is more just a base chrome, chromium looking card, doesn't have this shine or etching. That is not going to have the word Prism under the card number. So this is a Crosby card that I have coveted for at least a few years now. So I have ambitions to complete this entire 20 card insert set all in silver or Prism format like this. And to find this, to have it surface in a PSA 9, my favorite grade, at open auction, it was like a 99-cent starting bid. I knew I had to make a play at this because I probably would never find, a cheaper copy. And if memory serves, I got this for well under $50. And I could not have been happier. I would have bought 2 of them at that price if I could have, put it that way. So every time I show one of these, I say it, but love the fully etched Lord Stanley's Cup with all the names engraved. I mean, that is just incredible. As modern hockey shine goes, it's hard to beat this particular insert set. So great Sid the Kid there. And then we're going to close it out with baseball. One of maybe my favorite Topps release from the whole 21st century so far, the year 2000 to now. And I've actually thought about doing like a countdown or rankings of the designs from the year 2000 to present, because I don't think you hear as much talked about for those years here in our community, at least not the people that I'm plugged into. Those seem to be the least represented years. So at some point, maybe I'll do a set design countdown or something like that. But in the meantime, I think my number one overall favorite is 2011 Topps. It has the Mike Trout rookie and update, but other big rookies like Jose Altuve and Paul Goldschmidt and players of that ilk. And it just has a classic design as well and amazing parallels. They had the retired legends on the checklist, and they included the retired legends in the parallels. So I've shown a lot of those in the past. Cognac Diamond Anniversary, the regular or Platinum Diamond Anniversary, and then my favorites are the Hope Diamond Anniversary. These are a blue tint card. They're numbered to 60. And so, coming up on almost 15 years now in the rearview mirror, they're getting very, very difficult to track down. But recently, I got a Hall of Famer that is a home run for my collection. Check this out. I was so excited to be the winning bidder on this. The 2011 Topps Update, Hope Diamond Anniversary, Monty Irvin. Look at this card. How incredible is this? I am fortunate to have a few of these now. I only really target the retired players. So I'm up to maybe 4 or 5. I know I have the Roy Campanella, Pee Wee Reese. I have a Nolan Ryan. And then this one is already graded a gorgeous PSA 9. Looks so nice and clean. Monty Irvin, this also fits my collecting goal for the year, which is bridge players who began their careers in the Negro Leagues or just better representation of former Negro Leagues players overall in my collection. So this checks that box. I love this particular image of Monty. I have the Cognac version of this that's unnumbered, as well as the regular Diamond Anniversary, and I think the base card as well. So adding the numbered to 60, toughest version of this to that little mini rainbow is just awesome. Monty is someone who is a spectacular player, but for whatever reason or a variety of reasons, doesn't get the hobby love that you would think he would. And so, to be honest, these cards are so popular, these Hope Diamond Anniversaries, that I expected to lose when I set my snipe on this. And there's your serial numbering out of 60. I had set a snipe somewhere in the $80 range, which might sound crazy, but if you follow this parallel, that's really not that crazy at all. And I was convinced that I would lose and that this card would go for north of $100, but ended up finishing for, I think, around $60. So could not be happier with that. Already graded. This is a card that will be in my collection for a long time, hopefully for the rest of the time that I'm involved in the hobby. And I mean, look at that foil work. Not only the insane background on the Hope Diamond parallel, but just the foil work in the design itself, the nameplate here and around that Giants logo. These are incredibly classy looking and incredibly difficult to track down cards here in 2024. So that is the final card in today's sort of mini graded stack. Hope you saw something that appealed to you. I know it was really all modern today, but at least a legend of yesteryear to close it out. Certainly appreciate your time. And as you know, I'll be back very soon with some more content. Till then, take care and enjoy the hobby, everybody.